Hello, beautiful people. Welcome or welcome back to Alexis Faye Yoga. I am so very glad that you've decided to join me today. I've got a fun feel-good flow for you, focusing on the hips and the back. Now, if that sounds good to you, roll out your mat and we'll flow right into it. Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to another week of yoga. Sending that right foot back. We'll begin our practice with our happy elephants, heel toeing the feet out so they're about double our shoulders or hips distance away from each other. We'll extend the arms out wide to our T, wiggle the fingers, and then we're going to twist to open in one direction, twist through center in the other, and we'll flow back and forth, letting the arms sway to our sides of their own momentum. And we'll let the arms run out of that momentum, slowing our rolls, and we'll come back to center. Heel toeing the feet in so they're a little bit closer, maybe under our hips or slightly out. With our big breath in, we'll send the arms up towards the sky. Take the eyes up as well. They don't have to be at our hands, but we'll take them towards the ceiling. With an exhale, we'll drop our elbows, pulling the shoulder blades in to kiss at the spine. Splay the fingertips out nice and wide for our cactus pose, and we'll drop the shoulders a little further down the back. With our next in-breath, we'll send those arms back up towards the ceiling and interlock all 10 fingers. And then we'll release both of our pointer fingers, reaching those back up towards the sky. Press up through the knuckles. And then we'll side stretch over towards our right. Inhale through center. Exhale to our left. Reach the fingers. Press the hip over towards the right. Inhale through center, keep the fingers interlocked, and we'll again lift the eyes towards the sky, maybe finding a slight baby back bend, shining the chest forward. Exhale, we'll come back through center. Release the arms out to our sides, give them a little wiggling or a shake out. With our next in-breath, we'll send those arms right back up towards the sky. Exhale to our cactus. Inhale to reach tall. With our exhale, we'll fold from the waist, hinging forward. Inhale for a halfway lift. Bringing the hands to the shins. Reach forward with the top of the head, press into the toes. Exhale to fold forward again. And we'll take a little bit of time here to allow the body to relax into this pose. We can find any variation here that's feeling right. Whether that's grabbing for opposite elbows and finding a sway to the upper body. Or if that's pedaling out or walking out the legs. Maybe you'd like to find a slight bounce to the upper body. Or maybe just nodding the head yes, and shaking the head no. With our next in-breath, we'll move back to our halfway lift. Drawing the core in so we're strong through the back body. Exhale, we'll fold forward again. adding more of a bend to the knees so we can really settle the abdomen on top of the thighs. We'll drop the top of the head down towards the floor. We'll shake out the head. We'll shake out the arms. Press into the toes, and we'll start to tip or tilt our hips under. And we'll continue that rolling motion as we make our way back to standing through our ragdoll. Our chins will be the very last thing that we lift. And then we can find some shoulder rolls or some shrugs at the top of our spine, at the top of that roll. And then we'll make our way to the top of our mat. With a big breath in, we'll send the arms up overhead. Exhale to our cactus. Draw those shoulder blades down. Inhale to reach the arms up. Exhale, hinge from the waist, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, flat back. Exhale, fold. Drop the hands down. We'll move our weight into our left leg and pick up our right foot. Now we'll press that right heel back as far as we can. We want a long line of energy. And then we'll slowly start to bend further in our left leg as we softly drop our right toes down to the earth. Now we're in our runner's lunge here. Take a moment to get comfortable. Now with our in-breath, we'll look forward. Exhale, we'll drop the right knee down, untuck the toes. Inhale to stack the shoulders over the hips, reach the arms to the sky. And with our exhale, we'll send the hips forward into our low lunge. Take a few deep breaths here. Now with our next exhale, we'll press into our left foot to send the hips back as we lengthen long through the front left leg. Press the hips back, we'll lengthen the fingertips as we fold, reaching forward, press the hips back, long spine, as we soften the chest a little closer towards our left leg in our half splits. Now your toes may lift, or the toes may stay down, and either is correct. You may even want to notice or play around with how it feels in the body to do one or both or either. Now we'll stay low towards the mat as we walk our hands forward, coming into that low lunge. Again, we'll drop our right toes or tuck our right toes under and lift back up to our runner's lunge. Plant the hands on either side of our left foot so we can pick up our left leg. We'll press back and up for our three-legged dog, sending our left heel towards the sky, and then we'll drop the left foot down, finding our down dog. Then we'll pedal out, we'll swivel the hips, we'll walk out the legs. Now back to our down dog. We'll walk the feet a little bit closer towards the hands. And we'll walk the feet a little closer. We'll continue to tiptoe our way towards the top of our mat till we make our way back to our forward fold. Inhale for a halfway lift. Lengthen long through the spine. Exhale to fold. Inhale to send the arms up towards the sky. Exhale to our cactus. Inhale to reach tall. Exhale, swan dive the chest forward. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Drop the hands down to the floor. We'll move our weight into our right foot. Pick up the left foot, and we'll press back through our left heel. Slowly and with control, we'll allow our left toes to softly land to our mat. Finding our runner's lunge, take a moment. With our in-breath, we'll look forward. And with our exhale, we'll drop our left knee, untuck our toes. Inhale to send the upper body up over the hips, arms to the sky. Exhale to our low lunge. Press those hips towards the top of our mat. And we'll take a few deep breaths here. Now pressing into our right foot, lengthening our leg towards straight. Press the hips back behind, reach long through the fingertips, a long line up the spine as we start to bow the chest forward. We can drop the hands down to the mat or down to our leg, finding our halfway splits on this side. Again, we'll stay low towards the floor as we walk the hands forward and frame out our right foot. Tuck the left toes under, we'll lift the knee, coming back to our runner's lunge. And then we'll send our right leg up and back behind, pressing with the heel for our three-legged dog. And then we'll drop our toes down to our down dog. Again, take some time, wiggle out, play in this pose. And then we'll tippy toe and walk our way to the top of our mat again. Inhale for our halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale, we'll send the arms all the way up towards the sky. Exhale to our cactus. Slight baby back bend. Inhale to send the arms up, and with our exhale, we'll drop the arms. And we'll wiggle out to reset. Making our way back to the top of our mat. With an in-breath, we'll send the arms up. Exhale to hinge from the waist, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Drop the hands down. We'll step both of our feet back and find our plank pose. Pressing into the hands, long through the spine. And then we'll shift a little further forward. Exhale to lower all the way down to the floor. Inhale for a cobra. Press into the tops of the feet, into the hips. And drop the shoulders down the back. And reach the eyes forward. Exhale, we'll soften again, pressing up onto our knees for a tabletop pose. We'll bring the hands underneath of our shoulders, knees underneath of our hips. With our in-breath, we'll shine the chest forward, look towards the top of our mat. Exhale, we'll curl chin to chest, tuck the tailbone under and arch up through the mid-back. We'll move back and forth with our cat-cow poses, moving with your breath. And we'll come back to our neutral tabletop. And we'll send our left leg back behind. Again, we're pressing back through the heel so the toes are down towards the floor. Finding our balance here, taking a moment. And then we'll send our right arm forward. With our exhale, we'll bring elbow and knee in together, underneath of the body, arching up through the spine. Inhale to lengthen back again, reaching forward and back through the heel. We'll drop our right hand back to the earth, and we'll take our left foot in a nice arch or a rainbow shape over towards the right side of our mat. Drop the toes down. And we'll look over our right shoulder, finding a side stretch. The eyes will come back towards the top of our mat. We'll do that arch or rainbow shape again. Pick up the left leg, bring it back and around, and then we'll drop the left knee down. Take a moment and wiggle out, reset. And then we'll send our right leg back, pressing back through the heel. Toes are down towards the earth. Take a moment to find your balance. And then when you're ready, we can reach the left arm out in front. With our exhale, we'll curl in towards center. Connect the knee to the elbow. Inhale to lengthen long again. We'll return our left hand to the mat and take our right foot in that arch or rainbow shape out towards the left side of our mat. Turn to look over the left shoulder. Side stretch on this side. Eyes will come back towards the top of our mat, and then we'll pick up our right leg and bring it back in. Walk the knees out a little further and the toes in a little closer before we press the hips back and find our wide-legged child's pose. Curling through the spine. And bring the forehead or the top of the head towards the mat. Pressing into the hands, We'll draw the upper body forward so the shoulders are over the wrists. We'll walk the knees back into a more neutral placement, and we'll tuck the toes under. Send the hips up and back, down dog. Now shifting forward again, finding our plank pose. Pressing into the earth, strong through the core. Now from here, we'll pick up our left foot, bend at the knee, draw the knee forward towards our left elbow. We'll slide it down towards our left wrist. Bring it across towards our right wrist, and then up towards the elbow. Go back the way we came, over towards the left arm, up to the elbow, and then we'll send it back halfway. So drop the knee down underneath of the hip. We'll slide the right foot so it's in line with the left toes. And then we'll pivot the knee so that the left toes are out towards our side mat. Slide the left hand in so we have a line from our hand to our left knee to our right foot. We'll pivot so the inside of our right foot is down towards the earth. And then send our right hand up, finding a variation to our side plank. Now, if you would like to find a full plank instead, you can pick up the left leg, send it long, or you can stay here. You can also try, instead of having the foot pivoted out towards our side, to bring it in the same line as our hand and our right foot, which will make the balance just a little bit harder. Now with our right hand that is stacked over our body, we'll bring it in and down towards the floor. Now we can reach it straight down, or we can even thread it towards the left side of our mat before we send it back up towards the sky. We'll do this 3 more times. Bring it down and send it back up. 2 more times. When we're bringing it down and in, we're really reaching with those right fingers. And then again, really reaching at the top. Take a breath. And then we'll bring our right hand down and around next to our left hand. Pick up our left toes, bring it back in line with our mat, pivot onto the right toes, and we'll lift the left knee back to our center plank, our neutral plank. Pick up the right leg, we'll bend at the knee, do the same thing on this side. Bring that right knee forward to the elbow, to the right wrist, across to the left wrist, up to the elbow, and back the way we came, to the right arm, to the elbow, and then we'll set it down under the hip, so halfway back to our feet. Slide the left foot in and drop the inside edge of our left foot down. Slide the right hand in line with the body. Now, of course, we can pivot our right toes to the back of our mat to help with our stability and the balance here, or we can keep it in line. We can also lift up to our full side plank. Now send our left hand up to the sky. And we'll do 4 of those again on this side. Bring that left hand down towards the floor, or thread it towards the right side of our mat. Inhale to send it back up. Exhale to bring it down, gentle twist. Inhale to send it back up. Maybe 2 more. And send it back up. Take a breath. And then we'll drop that left hand back down, pivot onto the left toes. We'll pick up the right leg and send it back, center plank. Exhale, shift a little further forward and lower all the way down to the mat. We'll send the hands forward and then out a little further. So we're tenting up onto our fingertips. Our hands are maybe twice our hips distance. Press into the tops of the feet, press into the hips. With our next in-breath, we'll lift the trunk, lift the chest, lift the head. Exhale, we'll lower back down towards the mat. So we'll do 2 more like this. Tent onto the fingertips. Press into the lower body to lift the upper body. Exhale to lower. One more time. And lower back down. We'll slide the hands in so they're underneath of the shoulders or beside the rib cage. Tuck the toes under. We'll press up to our plank and then send the hips up and back for our down dog. Wiggle out a little bit more. And we'll drop the knees down to the mat, untuck the toes, and walk the hands into the body so our shoulders are stacked over our hips and we're seated on our heels. Now you can always tuck your toes under to find a little more comfort, a little more space, or you can find an easy seat or a more comfortable seat instead. We'll drop our left hand down beside our left hip. Reach our right hand up and over the body towards the left side of our mat, side bend. Inhale up through center. We'll cartwheel the arms, drop the right hand beside the right hip. Left hand comes up and over towards the right side. And we'll flow side to side. Inhale to lift up. Exhale to reach. And we'll come back through center again. Bring our arms out and around. We'll bring them to interlock at our back. Draw the knuckles down towards the floor. We'll draw the shoulder blades in and down the spine. Then we'll find a little more of a lift to the chest, lift to the eyes. And with our exhale, we'll come forward again, unentwining the hands. We'll drop them down a little ways in front of the knees. Tuck the toes under. Send the hips up and back. And we'll walk the hands the rest of the way in towards the feet. Inhale for a halfway lift. Exhale to fold. We'll nod the head yes. And shake the head no. Add a little more of a bend to the knees so we can settle the chest towards the thighs. We'll start to scoop the hips under and continue that rolling motion as we ragdoll or roll our way up the spine, making our way back to our standing. The chin will be the very last thing we lift. And then we can find some shoulder rolls or some shrugs at the top. Making our way to our Tadasana, our mountain pose. Bring the ankles under the knees, under the hips. We'll pick up the toes. Spread them out wide and then grip into the earth. We'll lift the shoulders up to the ears, work them back and down the spine to help us open across the chest and bring the palms forward. We'll close the eyes and take a few deep breaths here. Big breaths in through the nose. We'll let them go as an open mouth sigh. Thank you so very much for joining me today. It is always such a joy and an honor to get to spend this time with you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Go in love, go in light, go in peace, and go in joy.